Are you Wilhelm von Humboldt?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
I'm Adrienne Rich. I'm an American feminist and I have problems with your model for universities.
Oh, really? Well, what do you think's wrong with my model?
Your model for the higher levels of academia has failed. The pursuit of pure knowledge, as you say, is merely a way to express the masculine desire to compete and fight, and it impedes true academic discovery. Your model is built to flourish in a patriarchal society and caters to masculine ideas. As women have gradually and reluctantly been admitted into the mainstream of higher education, they have been made participants in a system that prepares men to take up roles of power in a man-centered society.
I disagree. My model doesn't incite division, but rather supports cooperation, especially between students and professors. The competition you described does not impede progress, but rather drives innovation and progression and aids the pursuit of knowledge. My model is built to provide the most efficient research and advance our knowledge as a species.
Your model as it stands is limited in its ability to allow for effective research, as women are not able to participate equally. This limits its potential, as brilliant and talented researchers who could provide valuable contributions are unable to participate in the same way as men are.
My model doesn't discriminate, and it allows for anyone to collaborate effectively. It doesn't place any limitations based on sex.
Even though there are no explicit limitations to entry, you certainly did not account for women when you first defined your model. You only concern yourself with developing the mind of young men. You say that if schools succeed, they produce young men who can't be physically, morally, and intellectually entrusted with freedom and autonomy. If you were truly concerned with the pursuit of pure knowledge, you would admit this flaw with your original design.
I will admit that I didn't account for societal roles to change this much. After all, we must banish one-sidedness from our higher academic institutions. This is best done through collaboration and can provide a more diverse perspective and lead us to more efficient production of knowledge.
I agree. On a similar note, we must also account for the fact that there are struggles that women alone face in order to participate that provide a massive barrier to entry, as well as making continued participation even more difficult. On top of being a full-time student, women must often take care of other household tasks like cooking, cleaning, and childcare. We also need to consider examples such as the welfare mother, badgered to get out and work, or a cafeteria worker whose child wears a latchkey, or a student or assistant professor constantly uncertain about the source or the quality of their next babysitter. Men are not held to the same standards of responsibility, and often their only role in the household is as a breadwinner. This needs to change if women are to have the same standing as men in the university.
These critiques lie beyond the scope of my model for university. I didn't detail how the students and professors were to conduct themselves outside of the university. Your critique lies with the social constraints that surround my model, but not my model itself. I believe that it should be the state's job to handle these circumstances, and my model explicitly states that the university should operate independent of the state.
I disagree. The model should encompass all of the aspects necessary to complete research. If the lack of childcare for women in academia is preventing research from occurring at maximum efficiency, it should be accounted for within your model.
While these accommodations are important, perhaps they should just be left to the state, as they don't apply directly to the research and pursuit of knowledge being done at the university. The state must keep the university's focus above all on the essence of scholarship, and adding more to the institute beyond simply academia might slow the progress of research by diverting the school's funds.
I see where you're coming from. After all, the state is supposed to look after its people, and this does sound like a reasonable compromise. Thank you for your time.
I'm very glad we had this conversation. Have a great day.